Hey everyone, it's Kai from Cool Collectibles back again for another review. This time it's the Transformers Masterpiece MP-52 Plus Thundercracker. Now I did get this about 2 weeks or so ago, and I've just been too busy at work and so on, and I guess with real life, so I'm just only getting around to having a look at this weekend. As you can see, I haven't even taken off the plastic of the figure in jet mode here. But I'll take that off as I go through the transformation into bot mode. But just quickly, with the box art, as you can see, it's the same sort of style as you get with all of the other MP figures. The only point that I'd like to make on the box is that the color of the blue and the printing in general is a different shade to what you actually get in the figure itself. It's a weird sort of almost light blue purplish tinge to it, whereas as you can see the actual figure itself is the more cartoon accurate, almost baby blue color there. The accessories, you don't get too much more than what you get with Starscream. Starscream had the odd accessories from a few episodes from the cartoon. The only accessory that I wish they had included with Thundercracker here is a little reflector in camera mode. That would have really taken this set to the next level. I'm not sure why Takara refused to do that, or why they even haven't released a reflector in the Masterpiece series yet, so hopefully they do that over the next year or so. But the other accessories, you do get the collector card. What I might do actually is just get this box out of the way and get back to the accessories. Hold on. Alright, accessories wise, you do get the usual Masterpiece collector card, which is pretty decent with that artwork there. Just get a bit of dust off the case there, and the standard sort of tech spec at the back. You get the instruction manual, which overall I don't think have been really useful for the last few years. I think the most useful thing have been some of the early transformation videos out of the US or Japan. Also comes with, if I just get Thundercracker out of the way there, also comes with some of the null ray blast effects that also came with Starscream. They do come in the purple translucent plastic there, which is nice for those effects. The jet mode thruster blast effects are yellow this time, whereas they were purple with Starscream, so I'm not sure which is cartoon accurate, to be honest, but I do like the difference in color, just to change things up a bit, and you essentially just apply them in the holes back there for that sort of nice jet effect. Also comes with some swap out face plates, just as Starscream did. You get the sort of slight smirk or smile there. You get a sort of laughing mouth open sculpt. The paint app's quite nice. It's almost got a sort of lighter grey metallic sheen to them, whereas the Starscream was a much darker shade, but we'll get to that comparison a bit later in the review. And this is the sort of screaming sculpt. So the only faceplate that it doesn't have from Starscream is that sort of O-mouthed faceplate that he used, I guess from the 1986 movie when he was shooting at the Autobots. But Thundercracker didn't do that, so he doesn't come with that accessory. And the only other sort of loose pieces in the packaging are the left and right null rays, which you can attach to the jet mode once you do that transformation into the sort of a more cluster bomb style look, whereas these are the bot mode null rays, and luckily I did get one left and one right. I think with Starscream there were some collectors who got the same side for each, which is unfortunate. But that's pretty much it from accessories, so I'll get into the jet mode. Hold on. Alright, so it does come packaged in jet mode straight out of the packaging, just like Starscream did. And the first point of checking that I did once out of the box was to check these rear stabilizers for any cracking. Mine on Starscream had a crack straight out of the box without me even touching it, but luckily with Thundercracker here, there are no cracks in any of the rear stabilizers, and I have tried turning them just as you would do during the transformation, and I don't see any cracks forming, so luckily no issues there. I haven't been able to check the ankles yet to see if they're loose or anything like that based on some of the Starscream reports, but my Starscream's ankles were fine, so hopefully my Thundercracker here is fine as well. But the I guess the other accessory that I forgot to mention is the stand. So the stand is pretty much identical to the the Starscream stand, although I did find that the joint here at the top where you can move the jet around is a little bit tighter, so I'm not sure if that's just because these screws are a little bit tighter and you can adjust that on Starscreams, but at least out of the box it is a bit more stable. But as you can see, the jet there does look pretty damn awesome. I think it's very cartoon accurate in its blue. There were a lot of I guess bit of angst in the community in the lead up to the release on what the blue would look like, but I think the blue has turned out fantastic in that nice baby blue color. I love the tamped on insignias there, that looks fantastic, and I do like the fact that it's got a blue nose cone instead of the black, which I think is more cartoon accurate from memory. But overall, it does look fantastic. I think the greys on the bottom there, I love the sort of matte finish, but it's got that nice sort of paint application all the way around that grey. There is a minor, maybe a little minor paint imperfection on the top of the chest piece there, but overall nothing too much to really complain about. But I might just get the original MP-11 Thundercracker out just for a comparison. Hold on. Right, so here he is side by side with MP-11 TC Thundercracker in the old MP-11 mold, and I have to say the improvements are significant enough that I would definitely recommend the MP-52 version. I love the slightly more vibrant baby blue color. The original here for MP-11, and I guess by original I mean the reissue to be more cartoon accurate, whereas the original, I think Hasbro release, was a much darker, more toy accurate representation. But this one here from the MP-11 sort of cartoon reissue, it does have a slightly almost darker, even in person it almost like it's got a very faint sort of green tinge to it, whereas the new, being pretty much painted all the way around, is a very nice sort of consistent baby blue color. All of this blue here is unpainted plastic, which was unfortunate. I do like the more silver metallic finish on the silver parts here, but I guess with the matte finish of the figure here, it does look, I guess, more cartoon accurate and consistent with some of their new, more recent figures, such as Megatron and Optimus, that do have this matte finish, despite all of the much of the figure being painted. As I was saying before, I love that it's got the nose cone, the right color here, with no insignia on the front, which is cartoon accurate, I believe, whereas this is a sort of a mix between toy and cartoon accuracy. The stickers here, not the stickers, the insignias here are reversed, whereas in the cartoon they were that orientation, which is essentially upside down in bot mode, which is how I prefer it, since it's cartoon accurate. But jet mode wise, I think that's pretty much the key differences as per Starscream. You know, you couldn't transform these, but on the new figure you can rotate these around into the jet mode. But that's pretty much it for the jet mode. I am too lazy and probably too scared to get the MP-52 Starscream back into jet mode. I've left it in bot mode for now, but I will get him out for a comparison once I get this Thundercracker into bot mode as well. But that's pretty much it for jet mode. I'll do the transformation off camera because it'll probably take me the better part of an hour to get that done. But once I get that done, I'll give you guys a closer look at bot mode. Hold on. Alright, so here he is in his beautiful baby blue bot mode, and I guess doing the transformation, it did remind me how much of a pain in the ass it is and how much I hate doing the transformation, but I guess the end result is pretty nice. I love the sort of matte blue finish. I guess those that don't like the cartoon aesthetic hate this plain look, but it does really speak to my nostalgia for the cartoon. I don't have too many paint imperfections. There's probably a couple of minor spots of blue missing, maybe a spot of grey here and there, but nothing as major as what I've seen in some of the photos where people have massive gouges out of the grey forearms or the greys at the top there. So I've been pretty lucky with mine. I love the sort of homages to the cartoon accuracy with some of these lighter blue kneecaps there, the upside down insignias, that matte sort of grey finish. I don't have too many problems with the articulation or the ankles either. Some people had issues with their ankles with Starscream. I didn't, luckily, and my Thundercracker, the ankles seem fine and fairly sturdy as well, so he holds his poses pretty well. You just sort of splay him out like that and he stands pretty firm. I haven't had any issues with my Starscream since he's been in the shelf, so hopefully no further issues with that. I guess the only other things to mention before I get out the old MP11, the back here cleans up pretty nice. The connections here at the top with the air intakes are still an absolute pain in the ass to get straight, and I think even on Thundercracker here they do seem to splay out a little bit, so they're not perfectly vertical. I think on my Starscream his right is maybe a little bit wonky, but on this one they're both a little bit wonky, but I guess they're symmetrically wonky, so maybe that's not too big a deal. But other than that, I think I'm pretty happy with the way Thundercracker's turned out. I might just grab the old MP11 Thundercracker repaint for a quick comparison there and bring out Starscream 2. Hold on. Alright, so here they are side by side, and if there really is anyone left that is questioning whether or not MP-52 mold is worth the upgrade from MP-11, well, hopefully by now you've been convinced otherwise, because I think it's pretty much like night and day just getting this old MP-11 back into bot mode from his jet mode. Just how floppy he was, just the transformation, the overall proportions of the figure. I think for its time it was pretty good, and I think it probably is best left in jet mode. In bot mode, just the overall articulation and style just looks really dated now. I think as an homage to perhaps the original G1 toy, it's pretty good, but if you're looking for a cartoon aesthetic that reminds you of watching TV shows on Saturday morning in the 80s, I think on the left here with MP-52 there's no doubt in my mind that it's the far better figure. I guess if you're on the fence with MP-52 or the I can't remember what it's called, Deformation something, DS version, if you like the extra height, I guess that is a pretty good option, particularly for the lower price as well. But there are sort of design trade-offs that I think I prefer on the Takara with, the unbroken center chest piece. I don't need the waist swivel. I think they look fine the way they are, so I'll be sticking with the Takara mold. But here with the side-by-side, even with the paint application with the baby blue that they used for the plastic on MP11 here was pretty good. But side by side you can almost make out a slight greenish tinge in the unpainted plastic, so the overall paint application for the new figure is a definite standout for me. But to finish up the review, I might just bring out Starscream and give you guys a look at that and then close off. Alright, looking at these two side by side really does make me hope for a on schedule release for Skywarp. I think it's due in December this year, so hopefully there's no further delays. So they've been pretty good with the release of Thundercracker and Starscream here, so there haven't been any delays that I'm aware of, particularly from Asian resellers and retailers. So hopefully that we can get Skywarp by the end of the year. And adding these three into this sort of cartoon style into the collection really will make the MP collection stand out in my collection room at least. I am hoping they release more Decepticons next year from the season 1 or 2, but we'll just have to see what happens. Hopefully they do announce a new Soundwave. I think he's starting to look a little bit dated next to these, so just stay tuned on the Facebook page for more photos of the collection coming up soon. But with MP-36 Megatron and 29 Plus Shockwave, these do look pretty damn fantastic. But hopefully you like that quick look at the new MP-52 Plus Thundercracker. Hopefully you can give the video a like and subscribe for my upcoming reviews. I've got a few more things from Big Bad Toy Store coming up in the next couple of months, so hopefully you can stay tuned for that in the lead up to the end of the year. But until then, thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.